So let me ask you. You're Danny Ainge. You don't have an assurance from Anthony Davis that he'll sign in Boston. It's the Raptors with Kawhi. It's Oklahoma City with Paul George. The same scenario, right? If you're Danny Ainge, would you trade for Anthony Davis in the offseason without the assurance he'll stay here, knowing that you could be giving up Jalen and Tatum, maybe both of those guys, to have Anthony Davis just walk to the Lakers a year later?
I don't think you give you push all the chips in if that's the scenario, right? I think you'd have to pull back Tatum, and you might just say we're going to give you Brown, and I don't know what a combination of, but I think Brown would then become the focal point, and then I still think they could dangle both picks, Sacramento, Memphis, or whatever sort of combination works, because if the Celtics don't make any moves, the last thing they want to do is draft those players because they don't really have spots for them anyway, right? So I think that they'd be willing to make, a gamble with those picks. But I think if Davis doesn't give you the assurance, then I think you pull back the crown jewel, which would be Tatum. Now, whether that's still good enough to get right remains to be seen. But I would be a little nervous. I know it sounds like the Celtics would be pretty confident that if they have Irving here and then they get Davis and then he's exposed to the Celtics culture and Stevens, that he would be swayed. But still, I don't think I'd put all the chips in if there's no assurances.
So I would. I roll the dice. I roll the dice like I'm Toronto. I roll the dice like I'm Oklahoma City, like I mentioned before with Kawhi and Paul George. But I understand the hesitance. I 100% get it.